What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports. So we're going to recap our SEC versus Big Ten Challenge on NCAA Football. Keep in mind, these are spring rosters, not completed. No freshmen on these rosters yet. And in fact, we've already got to make some changes because of the transfer portal. But here's what happened. Georgia, Michigan, the first game. Georgia up 7-6 here. Carson Beck with a pass, and that's going to be a touchdown for McConkey. And it's 14-6 after that, and then a run from Kendall Milton makes it 21-6, and Georgia adding to their lead with another touchdown. It's 28-6, so Michigan really struggling in this game. McCarthy, though, going to deliver here, and that'll be a touchdown. 28-12. Georgia stopped on third down, so Michigan with some life. McCarthy to throw here. Instead, he'll take off and run. He's inside the 5. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. They would go for 2 to make this a one-score game. Can they get it? McCarthy, no, he is taken down, and that's going to keep it at a 10-point game. And then Georgia on fourth down converts. That's going to allow them to run the clock out, and the SEC will take a 1-0 lead here as Georgia defeats Michigan 35-18. Next up, it's Ohio State versus LSU. First quarter, Buckeyes with it. And look at Kyle McCord running into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. LSU, though, would answer back. We're tied at 7. Still in the first quarter, third down and goal. LSU going to the ground game. Josh Williams runs it in. Tigers take the lead, but then Buckeyes answer right back. It's 14-14, so back and forth we go. How about another touchdown from Kyle McCord on the ground? It's 21-14. Then there's a wide open receiver, Caleb Brown again. Ohio State, another touchdown. They're starting to run away with this one. 38-20. LSU gets a touchdown here to get back in the game. And now it's a 12-point game. Going to try to make it a 10-point game. They will not. Jaden Daniels taken down. And so Ohio State can kind of run the clock out with a touchdown, but instead they fumble on some kind of crazy option play. LSU recovers, and LSU in business. Daniels going to run, use that speed. He's in, and just like that, we've got a one-score game. Ohio State on 3rd and inches, swing it out, and it's going to be not a first down. Stopped by the defense. LSU now with it. Daniels on 4th down. It's knocked away, and that will do it. Ohio State survives. 38-33, the final score. Ohio State gets a win here for the Big Ten. It's now 1-1. Penn State, Alabama up next. Nittany Lions with it, tied at 3. That's going to be a touchdown. Lambert Smith makes the catch, and the Nittany Lions up 10-3 at that point. And then how about Alabama getting stopped here, held to a field goal? It's 10-6. But later, on another drive, Milroe going to be sacked, and again they get stopped on 3rd down. So the Crimson Tide having to settle for field goals, and it's 13-9. Penn State on top late in the second quarter, looking to add to their lead. They're going to take it down inside the 25, get a 1st and goal going to the ground. And Singleton runs it in. It's 20-9, but Alabama answers back. Roydell Williams with a touchdown run. And then another one on the ground for Alabama. Again, it's Roydell Williams, and the Crimson Tide take the lead. But a field goal from Penn State going to tie this one up at 23. Under 8 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Alabama trying to get the lead back. They go to the ground game. They get into field goal range. They kick the field goal. It's up. It's good. And it's 26-23. Now, Penn State on 3rd down and 13. The Alabama defense rising up, getting a big stop. They would then go down and kick another field goal. So many field goals in this game for Alabama. Penn State with it now. About 2.5 minutes to go. They don't convert. Alabama gets the ball, and they just look to run the clock out. And that's what they're going to do. They will win it. Penn State does not get the ball back. 29-23, thanks to a bunch of field goals for Alabama. Crimson Tide gets the win, and the SEC gets the win. It's 2-1 now, SEC on top. Moving on to Wisconsin versus Tennessee. Wisconsin, Malusi runs it in. They're up 7-0. Now Tennessee with it. They get stopped on 4th and goal. Big stop there for the Wisconsin defense. And then they're going to go to the ground. This time it's Braylon. No, it's Malusi again running it into the end zone. So 14-0. Wisconsin on top on the road. Would be a surprise if they were able to win this game. Joe Milton, though, finding his receiver here. And it's 14-7. 14-10 now. Tennessee with it. 1st down. And it'll be a touchdown. For 17-14 now. Tennessee adding to their lead. Brew McCoy makes the catch. Ball's up 24-17. Milton throws an interception, though. Not sure what he was thinking. Wisconsin takes it all the way across midfield, out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. Now Wisconsin are going to pay it off with a touchdown, and they are back in this game, 27-24. Fourth quarter now. Mordecai will run it into the end zone, and Wisconsin up 31-27. Now Milton completes this pass on 3rd down and 14, makes it 4th down. They decided to punt, and they might not get the ball back. Wisconsin picks up the 1st down here. Another 1st down is going to end this game. They're going to throw for it, and instead it's intercepted. Tennessee's defense coming up with a huge stop. Under 2 minutes to play. 4th and inches. Tennessee going to not get the 1st down. How did he not get that? So close. And Wisconsin will survive. 31-27. So we are all tied up at 2. All right. Up next, it's going to be Ole Miss versus LSU. First quarter. LSU going to get on the board. Or excuse me. Ole Miss going to get on the board first. Ole Miss versus Purdue. 7-0 here. Another touchdown run makes it 14-0. Rebels on top. Purdue with it. There goes Hudson Card, the transfer. He will score, and it's 14-7. Ole Miss on offense. They throw an interception, and Purdue going to run it back inside the 20 and out of bounds around the 5-yard line. They'll get the touchdown, and it's tied at 14. Great game going here. 20-17 now into the fourth quarter. Ole Miss with a nice pass there. That'll be a touchdown. And the Rebels are on top, 27-17, but Purdue will answer right back. And it's a 3-point game. 3-point game. 4 minutes to go. Jackson Dart this time will run it in. Purdue going to have to score quickly. 3rd down and 5 here. Hudson Card going to be sacked. They would punt it away. Ole Miss picks up a 1st down here and more inside the 25-yard line. And they would run the clock out. 34-24 the final. Ole Miss gets the win in the SEC on top, 3-2. Illinois, Arkansas up next. Brett Bielema going back to Fayetteville. This will be a fun matchup in real life. But Arkansas on top early, 10-7. Into the second quarter now, they go to the ground. That'll be a touchdown. It's 20-13 in the fourth quarter. Arkansas with another touchdown. It's 27-13. Looking like the Razorbacks are going to take care of business. But then Illinois' defense steps up. They get a pick 6, and just like that, we've got a 7-point ball game. Later, Illinois getting the ball back. A long drive. Reggie Love will run it into the end zone. It's tied at 27. Here comes Arkansas. Inside the 10, down to around the 8-yard line. They run the clock all the way down. They kick the game-winning field goal, and the Razorbacks will get the win. 30-27 the final score. Arkansas over Illinois. SEC now on top, 4-2. Next game, Maryland, South Carolina. Early on, things were rolling for the Terps. They get a touchdown here. It's 14-3. Later on here in the third quarter now, still 14-3, but it's the Wildcat play getting a touchdown there for Maryland, and then another run there for Littleton, and it's 28-6 just like that. But South Carolina's defense makes a big play, and they get them back in this game. That'll be a touchdown. A lot of turnovers in this game. 31-14 though. South Carolina. A touchdown here, cuts it to 10, and still some time, but under 2 minutes to play. Maryland then goes down. They get a touchdown, and they'll put this one away. 38-21 the final score. Maryland gets a big win for the Big Ten. 4-3 now. SEC, though, still on top. Next game will be Mississippi State versus Iowa. Early on, Mississippi State's up 10-6. Third quarter now, Iowa going to take the lead. It's 13-13, and then they go to the ground. Caleb Johnson runs it in. Iowa taking a 20-13 lead, but Mississippi State answers right back. We're tied at 20, under 2 minutes to play. Iowa with the ball, and they get stopped. So Mississippi State's going to get it. They're going to come down and get a big play through the air all the way down around the 6-yard line. They take the clock all the way down. They kick the game winner, and Mississippi State will get the win over Iowa, 23-20. The final score, SEC back up by 2, 5-3 the score. Next, Michigan State versus Florida. Michigan State with a touchdown. It's 13-6, and a field goal makes it 16-6. This is pretty much a must-win, I think, for the Big Ten. Florida, though, gets a touchdown here. Montrell Johnson on the ground, ties it at 16, and then a long field goal for the Gators makes it 19-6. Michigan State with it. Peyton Thorne in trouble, going to be sacked. And then on 3rd and long, they can't quite pick up the first down. I don't know, maybe would have gone for it there, but The defense does hold Florida to a field goal, so it's a 6-point game. Minute to play, 4th down. This is the ball game. Michigan State not going to pick up the first down. And Florida gets another win for the SEC, 22-16, the final score in this one. So the SEC one win away from a worst-case scenario tying in this challenge. As we move on to Minnesota versus Kentucky. Minnesota up 7-0. Kentucky going to answer back, and we're tied at 7. 10-10 now the score. Second quarter. Touchdown for the Wildcats as they will take the lead 17-10. 20-13 now after a couple of field goals. And Kentucky getting another big play through the air. It's 27-13. Still early in the second half. And Minnesota hits a big pass play. Wide open. That'll be a touchdown. And this was a shootout. This was a high-scoring game. Kentucky now with it. And they throw a pick 6. So Minnesota's defense now stepping up. And we are tied at 27. This might have been the best game of the challenge. Kentucky, though, coming back down. They get a touchdown, take a 7-point lead back. And then Minnesota, Sean Tyler runs it in. And so we're tied at 34. Now Kentucky with a long field goal, 37-34. Minnesota answers back. They were just going back and forth, back and forth. Kentucky with it here, though. They'll get the touchdown. Puts them up by 7. Under a minute to play. Minnesota ball. They will get a touchdown. So we are tied at 44. And Kentucky just trying to get into field goal range. They get down to the 40-yard line. Need a little bit more. Throwing a screen pass, and that's going to get it inside the 30-yard line. Give them a chance. The field goal is up, and it is good. The SEC gets another win. Kentucky beats Minnesota 47-44, and it's now 7-3. SEC on top, and worst-case scenario for them, they tie. Nebraska, Texas A&M up next. Tyron Smith makes that catch. Puts the Aggies on top. Nebraska. So this has got does not have the right starting quarterback for Nebraska. Casey Thompson transferred, but at the time he was the returning starter at the time I recorded this. But how about Texas A&M with a kick return for a touchdown? And they're up 17-13. Connor Wegman here going to run it, and he's not left-handed. I got to fix that on the roster as well. I'm not sure how that happened. So it's 27-16. Nebraska on top, or down, I should say. And they get stopped on 4th down and 1. A&M defense stepping up. Running out of time here. Nebraska, though, trying to get themselves a shot in this game, but they're going to get stopped again on 4th down. And Texas A&M gets the win, and gets the win for the SEC. 8-3 now. That means the SEC is going to win the challenge. But what will be the final score? Well, Vandy Northwestern up next. And it'll be a touchdown run from Brendan Sullivan. Northwestern up 19-16 after this long field goal. Now Vanderbilt with it. They would come down. They kick the field goal. We're tied at 19 with about 2 minutes to play. Northwestern on the kickoff. Going to fumble the football. And Vanderbilt will recover. It'll be a scoop and score. And how about that collapse by Northwestern? Now on 4th and inches. They're still alive. They pick up a first down here, but they need a touchdown. Time not on their side. 4th down here, 5 seconds to play. They complete that pass, but he is well short of the first down, and that's going to do it. Vanderbilt will beat Northwestern 26-19. Another win for the SEC. And a reminder, you can get these rosters, the rosters that you see right here, that are being constantly updated. We got a long ways to go, but you can get all these roster updates if you join our Patreon. Missouri Rutgers up next. And there is a link for the Patreon down in the description. This one wasn't close. This was, I guess, the biggest blowout of the challenge. Missouri just rolled here over Rutgers. 37-14, the final score. Another win for the SEC. 10-3 now, as Indiana Auburn would be next. A fumble here on the play, and Auburn's going to pick it up. Defense gets a scoop and score for them. They're up 7-0. Then they go to the ground. Jarquez Hunter runs it in. 14-0, but Indiana coming back. They get a touchdown. Auburn, Robbie Ashford, he gets in. Touchdown. 21-7. Now here comes Indiana. Oh, look at that play. Just stiff-armed his defender and ran it all the way into the end zone. But Auburn just kept coming. The offense was rolling for the Tigers, and the defense was as well. How about another turnover? This will be a scoop and score. And Auburn's defense making some big plays. 35-13. Indiana trying to get back in it. A little bit too late until they do this, and all of a sudden we've got ourselves a ball game. It's a pick 6 for Indiana. Turnovers all over the place in this game. And Auburn, though, would then come down, kick the field goal to go up by 10, maybe give them the cushion that they needed. And how about another turnover? It's the defense for Auburn getting the interception. And the Tigers will win the challenge, or win this game, I should say, 44-31. The SEC will win the challenge, and it was not even close. 11-3 the final. SEC wins it easily. When I look at these matchups in real life, I would definitely take the SEC. Maybe not by this wide of a margin. Maybe something more like 9-5, maybe 9-5, somewhere in that range. But SEC wins the challenge. What do you think would happen in real life? Give me your predictions on what you think would happen in this challenge in real life if these were the matchups down in the comments below.